Okay, I think we are live. So this will be the first of hopefully many, maybe not too many, but first of many day trading streams. Normally I'm day trading at night, but this will be our first session during the day. So we have 2 hours allotted where we will be basically we'll just be trading the same strategy, but during the day. So, yeah. Um, while we wait for the shutdown to keep doing its thing. Oh wow, we bought up quite a bit. So yesterday, if you remember, we were here and we got caught up in this. So there was no trading opportunities in this little mess. This is where we were trading between here and there. So this little window, and there was just chopping, and then it eventually decided to move upwards. I mean, it's been going up all day, all overnight, basically. Um, what is that doing way up there? What is this? There's like a little thing that just happened way up there. I don't know what that is. What is that? That's so random. I wonder if that's a mistake. What time was this? 8:55. Let's see. 8:55. Sorry. Yeah, 8:55. That looks like a mistake because there is no way the price was here, then jumped there, and then jumped all the way back down. That's highly suspect. 8:55 was this, and I don't see that jumping all the way up into the 130s is crazy. But yeah, so um goodness, it's so weird. It's cold. It's very cold this morning. Wrapped up in a sweater and I went to the park this morning. Zazia ran around and now we're back. Had a delicious hearty breakfast and some yogurt as a little dessert. And then I watched Andy Griffith, the Andy Griffith show, pretty old show, but watched some of that. And then, oops. And then, yeah, and then I guess I started the stream. I almost wanted to start it early just because it was 9 o'clock and I was kind of bored and I was like, trading. But no, let's see what happened around 9. So this one, so this would have not been an entry. This would have been an entry. I mean, this technically would have been an entry. This would have been an entry. And then we're sitting here. So I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna turn this on. Well, I'm gonna change this so I can actually see the entries. Okay, so now I can see all of them that happened. So as you can see, there was a loss, a win, a loss, a loss, a win, a loss, and a win. A lot of when there's a lot of movement, especially in things like this, yeah, I don't know. We're close enough here that we could see a nice push, but I don't know if we're just gonna chop. We could check the news as well and see what's going on with that. But yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna be sitting here for 2 hours. I may I may pop in and out just depending on what's going on. But for now, we're just gonna be waiting for a setup. Oops. I forget sometimes there. I have to kind of move it like right here because you can't see because of this thing. Yeah, it's lovely how everything works beautifully in hindsight. Okay, that's a long position. So we're at 6-0 perfectly. Let's drop below a little bit. There's your entry right there. Okay, so we're gonna place at 9-2. Where's 9-2? Wow, I was not expecting something that quickly, but okay. All right, feeling a little anxious, not gonna lie. So we did get a decent entry. Yeah, we got a 4 ticks better entry than if we had entered right at 6-0. Okay. Oh, goodness. Nope, I don't know. See, I'm feeling anxious, but I know I have to stay in until it forms a brick or whatever, because that's the strategy. That's literally the strategy. And if I start getting all scared, it's not great. So, oh, I just needed to create a brick and we can all go home. Okay. It was very close and it did not. Come on, you're one tick away. Don't do this to me. It's doing this to me. Of course it is. Oh, there it is. Close, 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 close. Perfect. Oh, that was perfect. Okay, first trade was a win. That is good. Oh, I said I typically like to do one trade and done, but that was one trade and it was a win. Now what do I do? I don't know. I still want to know what this little brick is doing way up here is beyond me. I have no clue. Um, okay. One trade. That was a single trade. Goodness. I mean, effectively, if I took one more good trade, I could pass the account. Now we're not gonna worry about that. Not right now. Let me go let Sasio out of his little kennel because he gets too excited, and then I have to put him in there so we can relax his mind because he just randomly come up and start biting my feet for no good reason. So yeah, let me go grab him. Okay, so yeah, see now he's calm. He's calmly just laying down. He's not chewing on me and bothering me. Okay. Probably should turn on some music or something. It's very, very quiet in here. Yeah, I feel like when I shut off the computer, the CPU isn't working as hard because it's only at 35% and typically it's like 70 something when I'm trying to stream. So I have, let me check. I'm one of those impatient people that orders something and then I'm checking when when it's shipped and if it's out for delivery like 5 minutes after ordering it, even though I know it's not. But yeah, I'm just like, where's my package? So I ordered a couple of things so that I can just get my car ready because I'm gonna be doing what's it called? Oh yeah, gonna be doing Lyft driving. Even if the government opens back up, I'm probably still gonna do Lyft, and the only reason is because, um, why? I don't know. Oh yeah, because it can still be something fun to do, even just on the weekends. Doing like airport runs, so like going to the airport and then like picking people up and driving them like into town. Um, so I may do that. In which case, I need to have the car looking slightly decent on the inside. So I have an iPad that I got back in 2018. What year is it? 2025. So it's like a 7-year-old laptop. I mean iPad, but it works great. Actually, I got it for free at a bingo game. I don't play bingo or games, but somebody talked me into going into a bingo game, so I did. I was supposed to be their good luck charm, and then I ended up winning like one of the grand prizes, which was an iPad. Crazy. I didn't open it for like 2 months though, because I do not like Apple, and yet I have an iPhone. I had a Mac, but it is going to be target practice soon. It broke. Um, but yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I have an iPad. So what I was gonna do is I was gonna stick it in the back seat, on the headrest with a little mount, pretty cheap little mount, and just put it back there, and like the customer or guest or whatever can watch Netflix or whatever on the ride back to Houston, which is it's about maybe a 30 minutes. So I do like longer drives, like a 30-minute drive, and just have it comfortable back there. So that's what I'm gonna be doing is like getting the car comfortable today when it when my packages arrive. Afternoon, of course. Although I don't believe I'll be sitting here the entire time. Yeah, I don't think I'll sit here the entire time, but I will definitely um have it streaming the entire time. I wanted to turn on some music. So yeah, that's what I have going on today is just this and then prepping the car. Um, And then whenever I take Zazio somewhere, he always gets he stands on the center console because he wants to see over like the screen. And so he puts his little paws down and then everything gets all dirty. So I have to go. I gotta go clean the car out because tomorrow is when I will be getting the windshield fixed finally because the crack was getting ridiculously ridiculous. So so yeah, anyways. But yeah, I mean that was a good trade. I have to say, thank you, Lord, for that trade. I mean, it could have gone either way. I mean, that's the nature of trading. It could literally go either way. But thank you, it went the right way. And we are one step closer to passing the account. And yeah, so wait, let me check something real quick. I, I don't like checking my stats because it's not about the numbers, but let me just check something. Yeah, last week I had a break even, basically a break even, and then one win. There were only three. There were 3 days of trades the entirety of last week, and then if I go back the previous week, there was one trade. Although I mean there were probably more, but I only took one trade with two contracts. Um, yeah, crazy, right? That's funny. Anyways, okay. I don't like looking at the stats too much because if I do, then all I see are numbers and dollar signs, and then I get money blinded, and I don't want that. So, oh, why did we have to go all the way down here? Okay, here we are. Hello. Oh, that little brick went away. Yeah. Okay, where is it? Where did it go? Okay, now it just disappeared entirely. Aha, there it is. It's right there. That's even higher than it was the last time. Okay, you can't even see it. You can probably see this little bit of line right there. It's right here. Can I draw a circle? Okay, that was a horrible circle, but yeah, there's like a little dash where it just popped up. I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay. Yeah, this little gap right here. Crazy. Okay. Oh, and I also, this is the journal that I'll be using for this, which is why, oh, I need to make a word journal. That's what I need to do. Let me turn on some music, get some vibes, not vibes, whatever. Get some stuff going. So it's not just silence and me talking, of course. I keep checking my work email in case somebody says something about something, which nobody said nothing about nothing. Okay. Where's my water? Yeah, get some water. Beat Trade Studio. It says deep focus trading music. Stay sharp and calm during market volatility. That's so new. I've never seen that before, but cool. 33,000. I'm sorry, 33,000 views is crazy. I guess a lot of people are trading and need music to trade to. Where is the job buddy? Ooh, show me how. Right click on this tab. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Wow. Crazy. Okay. I didn't need to do that, but thank you. Oh, look, I finally created another one. Oh, that reminds me. Thankful list this morning. We can do it in the morning and in the evening. So I don't run out of things to say I'm thankful for. Let me just start by saying, I need to think of something. Okay, I know I've said this before, but seriously though, I'm thankful that I live exactly where I live, that God put me here. Well, I'm thankful that God put me here. It is. It's a miracle, honestly. I have never been to Houston before, and when I was trying to decide where to live, I picked Texas. I would have probably picked Florida, except that Florida has hurricanes. Also, I don't know. I think it's because, I don't know. My ex wanted to live in Florida, and so I was like, no, I'm going to move to Texas. Okay. So I've also lived in Texas when I was a kid, so it seemed like a good idea. But when I was looking at places to live, I was going to live in Corpus Christi. Yeah, not. I'm glad I did not. But you see, I had no idea where I was moving to. I just picked a place on the map and was like, well, this looks like it's placing a transformer. 11 a.m. Sorry, 1 second. This says, good morning, residents. Wait, let me finish my thankful list first because I think the power might go out. So yeah, it's what was I saying? Yeah, so I had no idea where I was gonna live. I had no clue. I just picked a place and I didn't really consult God when I picked this place. I was just like, well, it seemed like it's close enough to the water. It's a metropolitan area. I researched it. It seemed like a nice place to live. I mean, mild research, like a Reddit post, but like, it seemed like a good place to live. So I was like, okay, well, we're living here. But this is beyond what I expected, beyond what I thought was possible. I live in the most perfect part, well, almost perfect part of this city, right? So I'm not in the city, but I'm also not way out in the boonies, I'm kind of right in between, to the point where if I go outside, go out back, the back acre or whatever, there's the bayou, and on the bayou, there's this old guy that goes out, not every day, but often I'll see him out there, especially on the weekends, like Sunday, and he has a golf club, and he'll just shoot, what is it called when you hit balls with a golf club? I don't know, putting or whatever. Oh, driving maybe. Yeah, when he'll just hit the golf balls across the way, because there's a patch where there's just nothing but trees. It's kind of in not a valley, but it's kind of I don't say a drainage area. It's just a very forested area. And so he'll just hit golf balls from one end to the other end, because on the other end is the bayou, but it's kind of like a canal bank kind of there's a little path back there as well, and so he'll hit golf balls and then he'll walk around and he'll try to find them. I've seen horse tracks where people ride horses back there. There's people that ride dirt bikes or four-wheelers back there, and it almost feels country in a way. And then you have the country, and then you have and then you have the city. Drive 20 minutes, you're in downtown. Well, if there's no traffic. If there's traffic, it will take you like 30-35 minutes, but then you're in downtown and you can go to the city and do all the city stuff, right? And there's plenty of things to do. And then if you go up north, there's plenty of things to do, and there's also more trees. It's a little more open. I'm in the perfect spot, always an endless supply of churches to go to. There, I have that fitness class. I mean, honestly, there's just so much that I could have never even dreamed possible. I go to a dog park probably once every single. I go to a dog park every day. Sometimes it's the same one. Every once in a while, I'll switch it up every week or so, but there's always dog parks to go to, walking trails. There's no hiking because there's no mountains, but the beach is an hour and 15 minutes away if I want to go run around in the sand. Not that the beaches are, they're nothing like a Cancun beach, but they're nice beaches. And I also think the beaches in Florida, some of those are nice as well. So yeah, it's not the nicest of beaches, but Zazio loves running around and playing and splashing in the water. Seriously, if there's a puddle anywhere, he's running through it. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's just, there's so much to do and so much to see. And I'm never, yes, I can get bored if I just stay inside all day. That's for sure. But if I get up and move, I'm never really bored. There's always something to do, and usually it's with Zazio. I think 90% of the time that I leave, 90% of the time that I leave the house, I have him in tow. Like, here's the times where I leave without him, right? I'll leave to go to fitness class, I'll leave to go shopping, and very rarely, sometimes I will go and charge the car myself because I don't want to drag him around, or maybe it's raining and I don't want him just sitting in the car, so I won't take him. But other than that, we go everywhere together. And anytime I leave the house, he's getting dragged along too, although he loves it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just there's always something to do. There's always something to do. And I'm thankful to have found this place, and not even have found this place, but I'm thankful that I live here instead of, I don't know where else I would have ended up, but I'm glad that I ended up here. I'm glad that, God put me here for a reason, and so I can't take it for granted. I can't just sit inside and watch TV all day, or sleep all day, or play games. I don't know. I don't really play games. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, there's so much to do and so much to see, and I'm grateful and I'm thankful to be here in this place. Even though, yes, I want to get a house and all of that stuff, but you know what? Well, I was gonna say I like my neighbors. I do, but a bunch of my neighbors that I liked moved, and then replaced those neighbors with neighbors that are jerks. Yes, neighbors that are jerks. So yeah, today I was trying to go to the park with Zazio, and there's school buses driving and coming, and there's all these cars, and there's somebody, and that's so I have my turn signal on, so I'm gonna make a left-hand turn real quick. And I'm waiting for the last bus to pass, and the bus was about to pass, and the person that was behind me got impatient and decided that they were going to go to the left of me, and then they were going to turn in front of me. And I was like, oh, no, you're not. So I was a little salty. I wasn't mad. I was just like, nope, I'm turning. I was waiting for the bus. The bus passed. I'm turning. I don't care if you're there. So she had to wait for me. Anyways, just like, why must we be rude? You can clearly see there's cars coming. Obviously, I can't go. So I don't know why people. I don't know. When I first moved here, I was like, oh, people are so nice on the road, because like people were nice. They would like wait for you and this and that. They were really nice. And then I don't know, you start seeing some people, and not everybody's like that, you know. And that person on that list of just really, yeah, just completely unnecessary. So, yeah, or, oh no, there was one, and this is a neighbor. Okay, so there's a neighbor that lives downstairs, literally directly below me, and they have this dog that Zazio doesn't like. They don't get along. They will go at each other, and I don't even think they hate each other. I just think, I don't know, I feel like if they met at a dog park, they would be fine, but because they're on leashes, and they typically meet in like the hallway, they kind of get reactive towards one another, and then they just, So I go to walk the dog at night. I go to walk Zazio because it's like nighttime. I don't know what time it was. It was like, it was early morning, like 4 in the morning or something. And their dog is literally wandering around. There's no person in sight. The leash is not like they dropped something, the dog ran away and got. No, the dog is just wandering around at night. So I had to put Zazio back upstairs because their dog saw him, and he started trying to come up the stairs after us, and I'm like, no, not doing that. So I go and I knock on the door because I know it's their dog, and so I knock on the door. The guy opens the door, doesn't say a word, doesn't say thank you, doesn't show concern that his dog or their family dog was running around. No concern, no words, nothing. Just looks at me. The dog walks in the house, closes the door. I'm just like, and I started to say something to him, but then I was just like, why bother? Anyways, so yeah, just ridiculous stuff like that. Like, why? And then, and that same neighbor, earlier the previous day, I was driving, and we're at an intersection, and I'm going straight, and they're trying to turn, and I'm 95% sure it's the same car because it's a very unique looking car. So I'm going straight, they're trying to turn left in front of me, right? Because I'm coming one way, they're coming the other way, and then there's a car in front of me that was turning left, and so I go around the car that's turning left to continue going straight because they pulled out into the middle of the intersection, and there's no designated turning lanes, so I go around them. Well, in the process of going around them, the neighbor that was on the other side didn't see me, and so I came around this other car as they were trying to turn left, and so they had to wait for me, which you don't even have the right of way, but they felt the need to lay on the horn, and I'm just like, I mean, I didn't even acknowledge them, but it's just like, why, people? Why must we be so angry for no reason? Like, you're clearly in the wrong, so I don't know why you're honking at me. Anyways, those are my neighbors. Then I have another neighbor. Okay, so I had this neighbor. There was a couple. They had 3 dogs, and Zazio loved their dogs. They always, said hi to each other. We'd go walking in the back by the bayou. And the dogs would run, and I just talked to this neighbor. Well, they moved, sadly. Although sometimes I still see them because, they work in the area, and we go to the same vet, so they work at the vet. Anyways, so I still see them around, and so, but somebody else moved in. This person that moved in has put a subwoofer in their house. And so every once in a while, I'll come walking up the stairs. Mind you, it is the afternoon, so at least they wait till the afternoon. They're blasting their music. The door is literally vibrating. And I'm just like, why? Why? You live in an apartment complex where there's people above, below, and to the side of you. Why are you actually to two sides of you? Why are you blasting your music so loud that the doors are shaking? It's absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous, I tell you. And then every time I see this person, like every once in a while, I'll be going up the stairs, she'll be coming down the stairs, or I'll be going down and she'll be going up. Anyways, it doesn't matter. The point of the matter is, every once in a while I'll see her, and I'll smile, acknowledge her, be like, how's it going? And then she does one of those fake smiles, which is kind of like kind of a weak, could be bothered to smile back. And I'm just like, oh, why? So yeah, I definitely, like, why couldn't nice people move in? There's one guy, he's not like a direct neighbor, but he walks his dog, and every time, and our dogs look very similar, like his dog and Zazio is very similar, same color. Zazio's just a little scruffier, and his dog has more pointy ears, but they're the exact same color. And so every time I see this guy, the dogs will stop and stare at each other, and I'll just wave at this guy. I'll be like, hello. So he's decent. There's another neighbor I talk to frequently. He's nice. But yeah, it's like, whoa. But it's like, I don't get it. Why? And then there's the other neighbor. Her name was Martha. She had a little dog named Harley. And she's just like a little old lady, and she was having like heart problems, and she needed, was it back surgery or knee surgery? She needed some surgery, but she couldn't have it because of her back, because of her heart problems. Like her heart rate was like in the 30s, which is ridiculously low. So she needed a pacemaker put in. Anyways, I talked to her like almost every day, but whenever I saw her, I'd always ask her how she was doing, how's her heart doing, and when's her surgery scheduled, Well, one day I seen her walking, and she didn't have Harley with her, and she was walking with some like guys, like maybe that looked like were grandkids or family. And I just said hello. I was like, oh hi, because she was walking out back by the bayou, which is typically where I see her. And then the next day, where she lives, because she had her apartment, her balcony was like had tons of plants. Like her and her daughter, like I guess they left plants there. It was just full of plants there. When everybody talked about her, it was like, oh, the apartment with all the plants, that was her. That was Martha and Christy, her daughter. Anyways, the point is, I was walking one day, and the plants are all gone, and I was like, not Martha too, she's gone. And then, there's some other people that are still around, but I don't know, it's just sad. Like, you lose a lot of good neighbors, and then you get these people, and I don't know. It's just, so where I was going with all of that is, I like my neighbors. I like where I live, and then I was saying, how I do want a house, but I am grateful for where I live and having good neighbors. But then I slightly retracted that statement, because my neighbors are not as hot as they used to be. They're not as great as they, there was another lady, and she had a bigger dog, like a lab named Maverick, and I don't know why I remember all of their dogs' names, but it was the golden lab or whatever, and it was a yellow lab. Is it yellow or golden? I think it was yellow lab. And yeah, his name was Maverick. Zazio and Maverick used to play, and then she moved too. So it's like, why do all of the good neighbors move? And then I get the neighbors that are just kind of rude, or just or there's this other neighbor. She's been around for quite some time. She has a bigger dog, but whenever I try to smile at her, she just scurries the other way, because usually I'm walking Zazia when I see her, and if I see somebody else with a dog, I'll smile and be like, oh, hello. Anyways, yeah, so I'll be like, oh, someone with a dog. And she has like a pit bull mixed with something else, so it's a bigger dog, and Zazia loves like the pit bulls, loves them. So Zazia wants to run over and say hello, and she's like, nope, and runs the other way. So I'm just like, okay, that's fine. But no, she never smiles. So I'm just like, okay. But then it got worse. She, I don't know, this guy starts coming around, I'm assuming her boyfriend, and I see them together several times walking their dog in the back, which is great. It's fine. I'm like, okay, cool. And he has a dog, and now I've seen them with another pit bull dog. So now they have like 3 dogs. Anyways, but yeah, I see them walking their dogs together. One time Zazio was off leash back by the bayou when they came out, and he ran up there to say hi. And they were like, no, trying to grab him. But anyways, aside from that, so I'm walking back by the bayou again on a separate day, and the guy, we'll call him Tim. Well, that's what he said his name was, but I don't believe it. Anyways, Tim was walking the dogs by himself because the girl, I don't know her name, but she goes to work because whenever I walk Zazio around like maybe 5, she's typically like, I'll see her leave. So I know she goes to work early. Anyway, so it's around 8 o'clock. Her car's not there, so I know she's working, whatever. I see him walking the dogs. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, because she's working, of course. He's walking the dogs. That's nice. Well, then he starts trying to hit on me and asking me to come to meet him same time tomorrow. And I'm just like, what are you doing? Your girlfriend is literally at work and you're staying at her house and trying to pick somebody else up. How much of a scumball can you be? Anyways, so now whenever I go outside, when I go outside, every single time, I will literally creep down the stairs, peek around the corner. First, I have to look for the neighbor's dog that Zazio doesn't like in case they're somewhere nearby. Then I have to look for the other neighbor's dog that Zazio also doesn't like, but doesn't like a little bit less than the other dog. Like, he's not as, I don't know. He hates this dog less, but I have to check for that dog. Then I have to check for the neighbor. There's another neighbor. He doesn't have a dog, but Zazio loves this neighbor and will just start crying and throwing a tantrum. So I have to look out for this neighbor. And then also that neighbor is sometimes always hitting on me, but like, he's old, so I just ignore it. And then I have to look for the other neighbor, Tim, who's not even a neighbor, he's just visiting. So I have to make sure he's not in the vicinity. Yeah. So yeah, whenever I go outside, I literally will creep down the stairs. I'll do a quick survey of who's in the area and then decide if I'm gonna wait. Yeah, it's the way it goes. But anyways, enough about my neighbors. So yeah, like I was saying, I like my neighbors, but also just over the last year since I've been here, they've cycled through, and some of them are not as good as the other ones. I don't know. Yeah. Wow, that was a long rant. That's a very long rant. What time do we have here? It hasn't even been an hour. Okay, that's cool, because I don't care. That's so random. Okay, but anyways, you're just waiting for. I want to see how many trading opportunities we get, so I can put it in my little booklet chart, whatever. Okay, so let me read this message. That's what I was gonna read. Okay, so it says, "Good morning, residents. Centerpoint is here to replace a transformer. Good for them. Some of you might experience a power outage from 1 to 3. Some of us. Who's some of us? Seriously, who's some of us? I'd like to know. So yeah, at 11, I may cut. They will begin around 11. So I don't know if I'm gonna lose power. So if it hits 11 and the power goes out and the stream cuts, you will know why. I actually might end it at 11 just so that yeah, I might end it at 11 just in case the power does go out or something, because they said around 11, so it could be 11, it could be 11:15, it could be 11:30, it could be 11. You never know. Okay, one does not know. newsletter. Okay. Yeah, it'd be nice if they specified which apartments will be affected by the power outage, but hey, it's okay. So I tried. So for my new diet, I try to eat later in the day. So for example, I ate breakfast around 8:30ish. Yeah, probably around between 8:30 and 9 I had breakfast. So that means around 10. Wait. Yeah, so that means around um so yeah, so that means around um 11 or 12. I'll try to eat like a snack, probably like an apple or something. Then I'll have a late lunch. So lunch will be probably around like 1 or 2. And then that way I go to fitness on a not too full of a stomach, but also, yeah. Also, if you drink more water, you eat less. It's just a fact. It's just a fact of life. Because you try to curb your appetite, but here's the thing. Typically when you're eating until your body says, okay, we're full, which is why a lot of people like on my 600-pound life can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, because their body isn't getting that I'm full signal until way, way, way after they've eaten like 10 pizzas or whatever. So, but one thing you can do to trick your body into feeling full before you finished all your food is by drinking water. Drink water in between bites. Not like every single bite, but like have a few bites, then drink some water. Drink like half of your water, then have a few more bites, drink the rest of your water. You're gonna feel a lot more full by the time your plate's gone. You're gonna feel really full from the same amount of food that you would have eaten. But typically when people overeat, it's because they scarf down their plate, they don't wait for that I'm full signal, and then they go and they scarf down some more. So yeah, waiting for that I'm full signal is key. It looks like we'll be getting a potential buy signal if we push up 9 ticks. 9 ticks and we get up, okay, less than that, more than that. So yeah, if we hit that, we will get a buy signal, and then that yeah, I like to think, well, not I like to think, but I know, when I sit down, I could sit down at the beginning of a bad streak or the beginning of a good streak. I don't know. But I want to think that if I sat down at the beginning of a good streak, guess what? That's God. That's God, because I didn't control when that happened. This one that happened right here could have been horrible. It could have been terrible, honestly. But I can't control that. I literally can't control that. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, or whether there's a signal at all. One more tick and there you have it, folks. So there is an entry right there. Are we gonna take it? We could. Well, we can't at this point in time, but I don't think we're going to. I like my one and done routine. It's very clean and non-emotional. Yeah, my routine as of right now is a one and done. I'm still gathering the data from multiple trades, but I don't have to take every single one of them. That's the beauty of it, right? Because I can chart the trade and be like, okay, this is where we entered, etc. I can chart it, but I don't have to. You don't have to take it. I don't have to take it. There's nothing that says, oh, Lizzie, you must take this trade. I don't have to. And I'd rather be grateful for that one really good one we got, and leave it at that. Why can't we just leave it at that? Yeah. So when I sit down, it's not up to me. It's not up to me. When I choose the time slot that works best for me, and sometimes maybe that time slot could change. It could, like, for example, on days where I have meetings at 10:30, I may sit down at 11 and do 11 to 12 on those days. As long as I'm still checking in, as long as I'm still doing something, because something is better than nothing. And I've been doing a lot of nothing the past while now. So yeah, it's what was I saying? Is it weird to be so close to passing and yet not passing? Yes and no. Yes, because normally at this point in time I would be going crazy, like, max contracts, go all in, do or die, wow. Yeah. But instead, I'm calmly trading the exact same strategy that I've been trading since 4 weeks ago. So nothing has changed. Even when I got furloughed, my fiance's all like, oh, maybe you have to just buckle down and pass it. And I'm like, nope, nothing's changed. I'm still trading the same strategy, the same approach. We're not going all in, we're not going all out, we're not buckling down, we're not nothing. Everything is exactly the same. Except now I have more time, but everything's exactly the same. Okay, let's see. You see, normally I wouldn't want this to pan out. Why? Because I'm not in it. So if I'm not in it, I'd want it to not work out so that it was proof and validation that I did the right thing by not entering. But I actually do want it to work out because that'll improve my numbers when I have to enter the stats for the end of this session. So yeah, it's not about did I make money or was I right? It's just, what are we entering at the end of the day? So I want it to be right for the numbers at the end of the day, but here's the thing, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be, and that's okay. I am checking the news, 1 second. Yeah, same old stuff. Yeah, it says it's getting closer to the end of the shutdown. Like, okay, cool. It's so annoying. Like, the shutdown is annoying because it's been going on for forever. But I'm not annoyed because I have all this time to do things that actually mean something. Because my job is just smoke and mirrors at this point. It's just a lot of people pretending like they know what they're doing, and they don't, but they just, keep... Goodness. Yeah, this is a lot of people posturing, really. They talk a big game, and it's the managers. The managers are the problem. It's not even, like, it's not even the regular workers. Like, it's not the analysts. It's the managers that think that, because they're a manager, they're something special, and they don't like, if you're a manager and there's a meeting that needs to be going on and you show up to the meeting late, or you don't clock in, or you don't log into your computer until like 5 minutes before the meeting, and then after the meeting you're offline for like 2 hours, yeah, Or when it's Friday and we need to get numbers done because the manager didn't actually figure out the number status before the end of the week, and then the manager says to everybody, oh, you guys need to stop everything and work on numbers, it's an emergency. And then they go and they're away. Their little bubble shows that they're away for 3 hours after giving that message. Like, yeah, you only show up when you're in risk of looking bad for producing bad numbers because you didn't communicate with your team. Anyways, my whole point in saying that is my issue is the management 100%. So yeah. Oh, yay. Yes, that's another one. Okay. That's two in a row. Okay, we still have another. Oh, and it's 11 o'clock and the power's not up. Well, we're gonna keep this up and hopefully the power does not go out. But yeah, we're sitting at 2-0 for our trades for this this session, but that's only 2 within the last hour. Let's see what happens the next hour, because I have a feeling like if the government opens, price is gonna jump. It's gonna skyrocket because everyone will start buying again. Anyways, I think that's what was happening overnight. Because look at where we are now, and look at where we were. Yeah, look at where we were. We were all the way down here on Friday at 11. Yeah, Friday at 11. Well, technically we were there. Yeah, Friday at 11 we came crashing down, and now today at 11, way up there. So we've moved quite a bit. Glad to see it. Happy to see it. All right, let me prepare in case the power goes out. Okay, so it's 11:07. The power has not gone out just yet. Um, so I just finished a delicious apple, so crunchy and juicy and sweet. Anyways, I'm gonna take little Zazio outside because he's trying to eat some paper. Anyways, we'll let this keep running. Hopefully, when I come back, the power is not out. But yeah. So I'm back. I was gone for like 40 minutes. I took Zazio out to the back, walked around a little bit. So yeah, we have about 14 minutes left of the stream. Looks like we have another entry after that last one. Yeah, I wonder if that one's gonna pan out, because so far we have two. And if this one doesn't within the next 14 minutes, we're gonna have to wait until it does. Like, we literally just gonna have to wait until it does. So, but yeah, only two. So, well, 3 in 2 hours is crazy. I feel like that's really slow though. That's 2 hours. But yesterday we got 0 in an hour. So, yeah, it's cold outside. It's in the 50s. Basically Antarctica. But no, I'm probably gonna check in with work here real quick. Oh, looks like we got a message. Oh, from Amanda. It says open enrollment. Actually, I was waiting for this open enrollment because Thursday. Enrollment for 2020. 6 planned Kids Friday. Okay, I actually need to do this webinar. I actually should probably sign up for this webinar. It's on Thursday at 2 p.m. my time. Let me actually put that on my calendar. So that's starting at 2 p.m. and it's open enrollment for out of area. Okay, now I have an extra thing to do on Thursday. Yeah, hopefully this pans out in the next worst case scenario. It ends up being break even, because then that would be negative 400. We're already up 200, so it'll just be a break even day if that indeed does not pan out. And as you can see, we're pretty flat, so I'm not expecting anything good at this moment in time, but who knows? We could push. Let's see. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, see, when I got hired, I was supposed to enroll in, like, your basic stuff, but I forgot and did not do it. Looks like we're 4 away, 9, 10. Okay, 13. Never mind. I think we could, maybe. There's still hope. Yeah. Okay. There was hope. It was literally what, 4 ticks away at one point. Okay. sprinkles like the tree. Oh, come on. 9 minutes. What can we do in 9 minutes? Wow. It did not get my head right. It did? Okay, good. Finally, that concludes the day. Well, we still have 7 minutes. We'll wait. I was very hesitant. As you can see, it came all the way down here to... It was out there. So yeah, it was literally 7 ticks away from being a loss. 7. Anyways, but yep, there's your final one for the day. Still going. So we're about to wrap this one up. Seconds. Alright, so let's fill in these charts. I don't need this one. How do I cancel this? I think you just click out this one. Okay, so we have Monday trading session. We have 1, 2, 3 trades. 3 wins, 0 losses. That's what is that? 6. Okay, I think that's close enough. So then let's go here. Oh wait, never mind. What music is even playing at this point? Okay, so I don't know what the heck this is. So we had 3 and 3. Alright, let me go back to this because I want to make sure that I was supposed to check for the week, but I didn't yesterday. So I've only been doing this for 1, 2, 3. So this will be the 4th week. Okay, cool. Start this. I will not be here to trade this session because I have to get the car fixed at 10:30, so I have to be there at 10:30. So there's no way I will be able to trade it. And I will not start the stream because they said it could take, how long did they say? They said up to 3 hours, which I don't know why, but yeah. So if it does indeed take that long, I can't even start a stream because I wouldn't be able to be here to end it or anything, so I'll just have to come back. I'll just have to come back and do like a post analysis instead of a real-time analysis. But as you can see, all 3 of these had continuations past the initial entry, which is great, honestly. Did we take this? Was this a trade that we took? Yeah, because it flipped the second we crossed over, it flipped. So I was like, well, that's an entry. Well, yes, it got a thing that's saying my packages are running late. Expected tomorrow. You see, if I was a certain somebody, I would be throwing a fit, but I am not. That's sad. Anyways, I guess I will do that tomorrow. That's what I was gonna work on today, was prepping the car and also this stream. But I mean, you can't prep the car if there's nothing to prep, so that's fine. I will just, I don't know. But yeah, this It's been a good, well, you know, it's like you apply to jobs and then all of a sudden they're just inundating you with tons of notifications of apply to this and apply to that, and it's like they sold your information to somebody. Anyways, okay. Oh, goodness. Ooh, almost another one. 8 away. 10, 7, 8, 6, 5, 6. 5 and 10. Okay. I'm not gonna wait. Ooh, I'm not gonna wait for it. But yeah, this has been a good time. Yes, I wasn't sitting down the entire 2 hours because I have to get up and do stuff. I actually should call Safe Flight because I have a question. Yeah, I'm gonna call them because I have a question, because I have the little sticker on my windshield. So like, are they, I don't know what to do with that. If they replace the windshield, what do I do with the sticker that's on it? Because in Idaho, when I've had to replace windshields, there was never like, oh, you gotta, I don't know, there was never a problem with that. So I don't know. I'm gonna call them and ask, because yeah. But anyways, good stream. I do have it scheduled for every day of the week, but let's say we get back from the furlough and you know I don't have certain days available, then I'll just make it other days, right? So for example, I could do Tuesday. No, I can't do Tuesday. Anyway, I could do Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. I could do 3 days a week instead of all 5. You know, whenever works. So, but for right now, it's 5. I will see you tonight, actually, because that is when we trade again.